How you guys doing? This is a quick update video on equipment because I know the last video that I made wasn't too good. So now that I reached level 60, I'm gonna be talking about the King's gear. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so Bruiser Hitman, Bruiser Biker, and Biker Hitman. Okay, so Bruiser Hitman counters Biker Hitman. Bruiser Biker counters Bruiser Hitman. And Biker Hitman counters Bruiser Biker. Hope you caught that. Bruiser Hitman counters Biker Hitman. Biker Hitman counters Bruiser Bikers. So, it really depends on what you want to use. Eventually, you want to get all three gears made. But starting off, you start off with one. So, pick wisely on what you want to choose. Also, again, for example, Bruiser Bikers can also be countered by sending only bikers to them. You don't have to send Bruiser Bikers, or you don't have to send Hitman to Bruiser Biker. Just send a full march of bikers to Bruiser Bikers. A full march of only bikers. You don't need to send another troop. Only bikers can counter Bruiser Biker as well. And for Biker Hitman, full march of Hitman counters that. You don't have to send two types for that. Full Hitman March counters Biker Hitman. For Bruiser Hitman, I believe you send full bruisers. You send full bruisers on Bruiser Hitman, and that will demolish them. So full bruisers only for Bruiser Hitman. Full bikers for Bruiser Bikers. And full Hitman for Biker Hitman. Those are the three counters to each solution of your king set. So choose wisely and know how to defend. It is a lot easier once you have formations, which really comes into play here. Like if you have Hitman formation or Biker formation, that comes into play as well. But since I don't have that right now, I'm only stuck with the Bruiser Square formation. So you have to work with what you got, right? For example, if the enemy is coming at you with full bikers and your Bruiser Hitman or your Bruiser Biker, if your Bruiser Hitman, try to hide your Bruisers, all of them. Try to hide because that's the weakness. Bikers counter Bruisers, obviously. So you want to hide your Bruisers and just let all the Hitmen out and take those Bikers out. Try to have a good amount of Hitmen for defense as well as good enough stats. But it doesn't really matter. It really just depends on how much Hitmen you have. Because even if they have a little slight difference on your stats, as long as you have a lot of Hitmens in your base and they're coming at you full Biker only, you can counter them with just Hitmen. So just so you know, you gotta be aware of that. Now, if they are coming at you with full Hitman, then, for example, let's say you have the formations unlocked. Okay, so he's going full at you with a Biker Square, and you have Bruiser Square, and you notice that he's coming at you with only Bikers. Switch your formation to Hitman Square. So you're gonna have to switch your formation to Hitman Square. I don't have it unlocked. Unfortunately, I don't have a level 25 investment center yet. But if they're coming at you with a full Biker March, you need the Hitman Square formation to counter it. If they're coming at you with a full Hitman formation, for example, Bruiser Square is just fine. Hitman Square gets countered by our basic Bruiser Square. So don't change it if they're coming at you full Hitman. If you're already at Bruiser Square, leave it at Bruiser Square. Or you can use, if they're coming at you full Hitman, you can also go Bruiser Wedge as well. I honestly prefer wedges for defense, but they could be used offensively in the correct way. Don't use it on the wrong formation on the enemy. I will show you a battle that happened yesterday that we lost because of the wrong formation. If my friend would have used the right formation yesterday, we would have easily won. Here it is. Okay. So my friend has slightly better stats than the opponent, as you can see. In all aspects, basically. Now, why did we lose? Oh, it's plain and simple. He used Hitman Wedge on Bruiser Square. And Bruiser Square counters Hitman. Bruisers alone counter Hitman. So this is a terrible formation to go against. You know? Alright, so if my teammate here would have used Biker Square or maybe even Biker Wedge, we would have easily won. But since he used Hitman Wedge, we lost because our opponent had Bruiser Square, and it didn't matter that his stats were lower because he was reinforced, right? He was reinforced, so it didn't matter that his stats were lower. He just had enough troops and the right formation to counter it. And that's what you got to pay attention to. Those are the small details that you need to pay attention to. These formations come into play after you unlock them. They're very important to use to counter your opponents. You always got to watch what they're coming at you with. Always. Because you never know what they have. Unless you check. You have to recon what they're seeing. Sometimes when they're coming at you, you can see what they're bringing at you. So that way you can, if you know what's coming at you, you can therefore, change the formation and counter it. And bruisers can take on Bruiser Hitman alone. And for Biker Hitman, full Hitman to counter it. So I'm gonna say it again. Okay. Bruiser Hitman, a way to attack it is full bruisers. Because bruisers counter Hitman. Full bruisers. Bruiser Bikers, the way to counter them is full bikers. Plain and simple, full bikers. And for Biker Hitman, a way to counter that is full Hitman. So I hope this video kind of helped you out on how to play the game a little better. All you need to do is go to drills, here in formations, to get the concept. Okay, Bruiser Square. Alright, I'm going to come at it with the enemy Hitman Square. Let's start it. You're going to see that Bruiser Square dominates Hitman Square. Just so you know the proof here. The counters are very obvious. You can see them anywhere. I'm just trying to get you guys thinking before you do something. Think and look at what your opponent has before you decide to do what you do. Because your actions during battle is what can cost you or make you the victor in the bout of the match. See that? Victory. Bruiser Square countered Hitman. Well, I have concluded to the rest of the video. I hope you guys understood a little bit more about these the equipment that I showed you. I hope you guys got the concept and really absorbed it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.